Hello, everyone. I hope I am live. I hope I am visible and audible. And I'm awaiting the people. Just give me a second. I'll just refresh the feed. And yes, I think I'm live now. Yeah, okay. Thank you. So there's confirmation that I am live. And I'll just see if I can play it on a different device. Confirmation that I am live. And I'll just see if I can play it on a different device. Yes. Hello, everyone. Oh, so right from the start. I hope I am live. Okay. So there it is. I am live, and the purpose of this live stream is to answer some questions that I have received on WhatsApp recently. And so the questions are, how are you? I am doing fine. I suppose that is not the right way to answer the question, though, as per the culture I am in right now. If someone is asked, how are you? The appropriate response is, how are you? You don't say how you are, okay? But even if you do say how you are, you do respond with a question of your own. So if you're asked, how are you? The response is, how are you doing? And I hope the two viewers now can reply in the comments if they are the ones I'm expecting them to be. So I'm doing fine. How are you doing? It's all good here so far. The next question were what was the next question? It's more of a statement. It's almost 5 days that you have gone to another country, rather another continent. We watch your vlogs regularly. Thank you. That's why I make them. But you haven't told us anything about the place where you are. So I'm living right on the banks of the River Foyle. Um, I don't know if I can show it to you. I'll try to show it to you. In terms of the room, this is the room. This is not a green screen, so I guess I can show you the room right now. Um, so that's the bed. It's a fairly big room, okay, and fairly cluttered. Uh, so this is my setup. It's a fairly big room. This is, I suppose you could see it. I suppose I should also show you a view of the view outside the window. This is the view outside the window. That's the Peace Bridge. I think I can point it out also. The bridge you see, I suppose you can see a well lit bridge. That is the Peace Bridge. And that building with a clock, it's called Guildhall. It's a government building. And this is the city side. Beyond the beyond the river, on the other side of the river is Waterside. The hospital I work in is somewhere in that direction. It's not that far. You can walk for about 40 minutes and it's quite comfortable. This is about the place I am in. I don't think most live streamers do this. They usually don't move the camera. But I think I broke. So the sorry, the movement resulted in me losing the microphone. So I'll find it. Where is the microphone? Highly professional live stream this is. Top notch professionalism. Okay, so I've dropped it somewhere. Oh, I found it. Yes. Here I am. I'll just put it back in. Like I said, you can comment. You can ask your questions live. That's the whole point of a live stream. Sorry for the technical glitches. I'm only just learning this. I suppose this will not be good for the audio. Ah, apologies for that. So that was the place I live in. I suppose you could hear it. So I certainly showed it to you. I'm staying in City Hotel, which is on the banks of the River Foyle in Londonderry or Derry in Northern Ireland. And I'm on the city side. Once I cross the Peace Bridge, I would reach the water side. The hospital I'm working in is is on the water side, but it's not that far from where I am right now. It's a very good place. Um, um, I've told you and I've showed you. And tell us about the people with whom you are. I'm not with anyone. I'm staying in a hotel. So once I'll be in a hotel for the first 7 days, and so I'm pretty living by myself right now. The people at the hotel are extremely courteous. The people in the reception are very helpful. Yesterday, when I went for breakfast, I carry about two to three things with me, and I am always worried that I'll lose some of them. I carry my backpack, I carry an overcoat, I carry an umbrella, and I carry two devices, my smartphone and my tablet. So I keep worrying I'll lose a misplace at least one of them. And sure enough, I did misplace, or I did forget to carry my umbrella back out with me. So I remember I realized that 5 minutes. 5 minutes later, I realized that I had forgotten my umbrella in the breakfast place. So I went back in. It was not there. So I feared the worst, that I had lost the umbrella. I asked a guy, a person who was working at the breakfast place, I asked him about my umbrella. He said that he had kept it at the reception, where they had neatly tagged it with my room number, and they gave it to me without really asking any questions apart from wanting to know my room number. So that was very kind of them, and a very, um, I would say, not very careful of me, careless of me, to have forgotten the umbrella. You can't forget the umbrella here because the weather here is very unpredictable. I believe I've talked about it at length. It's dark outside. It's 5 a.m. UK time, 5:08 a.m. UK time. So that's the time when I usually wake up. I have been struggling to wake up at 5 a.m. UK time of late. I've talked about that also. Usually, no matter when I go to sleep, yesterday I went to sleep at 9 p.m. UK time, and I woke up about 12:45 a.m. UK time, which is again the usual time when I wake up in India. So no matter when I'm going to sleep, I'm waking up at 5 a.m. India time or 5:30 a.m. India time, which is not ideal. Today I woke up again. I first woke up around 1 a.m. Local time. I tried to go back to sleep. I was able to do that, but I kept waking up. I kept waking up, and then finally I'm out of bed at 4:30 a.m. local time, which is still acceptable, I believe. Now it's 5:09 a.m. So the weather, as I said, it's very unpredictable. It's usually dark till 8:30 in the morning when I first see the glimpses of sunlight, and slowly the sky brightens up, and by 9 a.m. it's bright, provided it's not cloudy, which it most of the day is. At least for the days I have been here, it's been cloudy mostly. I have seen periods of bright sunlight also, but whenever there is bright sunlight, it doesn't mean that the weather is warm. The weather remains chilly throughout the day. It becomes chillier, I think, as the sun goes down and before sunrise, it's chillier. It is especially chilly on the banks of the River Foyle. No, the hotel is in the city center. The hotel is in the middle of the city. It's a bustling place. It's surrounded with tourist attractions. The walls of Delhi are nearby. The Peace Bridge, which is one of the biggest draws in Delhi, is nearby. I think I showed it to you. It's just outside the window. The Guildhall, which is the government building, which is the basically the seat of the local city council, that's right out the window. It's 5 or 10 walking steps from the hotel I'm in. So this is uh, as in the middle of the city as it is possible to be. There are some shopping centers which are very close by. So yeah, I'm in the heart of the city. I'm not in the remote location at all. And the hospital I'm working is also in a very uh, poshly located place, I suppose. I don't think it's the right word, but it's within the community. It's not in some distant place
in the middle of fields and no human beings. It's not. Obviously, the population density here is nowhere near what we experience back home in India, but there are lots of people, and people are out and about even till late in the night. I can from uh, hear them on the road from outside, from through the window. I think I have not been able to close the window properly, so I could hear them. I think now I closed it properly. So yeah, I don't think it is in a remote place. It's in a proper location. Um, any more questions? I just look at the questions. So I told you about the weather. I told you about the. Okay. Have you made any acquaintance with any local? Not really. I did. So there were people who were in touch with me before I moved here. Those are people from the human resources department, people who are directly working for the trust, and people who are a part of the international medical recruitment team. Uh, they are largely responsible to make people moving to the UK, or especially in this trust, people who are moving from overseas to work in this organization feel comfortable. So that is Xander Hendricks. That is the organization which helps me with adjusting to this place. And I met Sylvia, uh, who is working for Xander Hendricks, and I met a few people in the ENT department, Mickey, Dr. Abdullah, Dr. Sam, and one more doctor whose name I can't recall at this moment. So, in terms of acquaintance, I don't think I've made any acquaintances here, but there are people who I'm in touch with. I'm in touch with by email. Sylvia met me and she took me on a drive around. She showed me all the places. I went to the hospital to collect a letter to create a bank account. I applied for a bank account with the Danske Bank, which is a bank from Denmark, which is quite close to the hospital. And I'll get a notification on my email a week later, which would confirm that my bank account has indeed been opened. And I will let you know once the bank account is open. I also went for GP registration, because here, if you want to go to a doctor, you have to go to a general practitioner. So I got the registration form for Riverfront GP practice, and I will fill it in and submit it soon enough. I also visited Redgate, which is going to be my next accommodation from 24th December onwards for till 21st January 2026. So about 4 weeks. And where else did I go? I also collected the login credentials for my workplace, and also a form for getting the access card to access the workplace. As far as Christmas festivities are concerned, Christmas obviously is a big deal here. From 24th December till 1st January, everything is closed. And when I say everything, I mean everything. Everything is closed. No public transport, no restaurants, nothing is open. And I think hospitals stay open, obviously, because people who still need healthcare at that time, but everything else remains closed. I will be staying in Redgate at that time. I will be staying with a family, and with that's a big house. It's almost like a mansion, and I've been assured that I will not have any difficulties during Christmas. So yes, Christmas festivities are everywhere. You see people wearing the Christmas attire. You see Christmas trees everywhere. And I grew up studying in an Irish Catholic school, so I'm quite familiar with Christmas festivities and the accoutrements that pardon my French, the the paraphernalia that is associated with Christmas and all the things that people do to celebrate Christmas. I am quite aware of that, because that's my childhood growing up studying in St. Patrick's School, which is an Irish Catholic school. So I'm quite familiar with the Christmas celebrations, and it is what used to happen at a school level is happening at a city level. Here, every city corner has visible signs of Christmas. You can't walk two steps without seeing a Merry Christmas sign. Everybody wishes you Merry Christmas. Even casual casual encounters with strangers involves a Merry Christmas greeting. So that is quite exciting. I've been out. I've walked to the hospital twice and back, and whenever I've had any interactions with people, brief interactions, maybe just to get a letter or start a bank account, the encounter usually ends with a Merry Christmas or have a good Christmas or enjoy your Christmas, something like that. So Christmas is pretty much in the air. And I also saw a few movie listings, old Christmas classics like Wonderful Life, starring Jimmy Stewart, which was released originally in 1940, is back in theaters because it's a Christmas classic. Christmas Carol, the famous Charles Dickens novel, I think is being enacted on stage here. But I've tried to be very conservative with my expenditure, so I am not really going to indulge in attending these things right away. I'm quite aware that I've not formally been employed yet. It's pending occupational health checkup, which is hopefully just a formality. And my first working day will be in January. I don't think it will be before that. So 5th of January is what I expect the working day to be, and my first working day to be. So only after a month, I suppose, I'll get my first salary. So I'll be quite conservative with my expenditure till then. Um, did I miss any questions? Um, is it too grim? It's not grim. I there is obviously a psychiatry uh, theory that if the weather outside is grim, then the mind also becomes a little, starts entertaining negative thoughts. I don't know if that is a real theory or I just made it up. I'll just Google it. Um, okay, I should check it on the laptop here. Now, in the meantime, if you have any questions, you can ask me. I'm happy to answer. So I believe I've answered all the questions. Just ask, is there any correlation between weather and mood? So there is a definite correlation as per the AI overview that I got. There is a definite correlation between weather and mood, primarily driven by sunlight, temperature, and atmospheric pressure, which affect serotonin levels. Serotonin levels. Serotonin, of course, is a very important hormone. We have those selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, SSRIs, which are so important for treating depression. So serotonin levels are affected by sunlight, temperature, and atmospheric pressure. Okay. And circadian rhythms. Okay. So circadian rhythms are affected by sunlight, temperature, and atmospheric pressure, and serotonin levels are affected by sunlight, temperature, and atmospheric pressure. Circadian rhythm, of course, is the body clock. When the body feels like waking up, when it feels like going back to sleep. So let's read that in more detail. There is a definite correlation between weather and mood, primarily driven by sunlight, temperature, and atmospheric pressure, which affect serotonin levels and circadian rhythms. But individual reactions vary greatly, with some people experiencing mood boosts in sun and others feeling irritable in heat, or sad in gloom, with factors like seasonal affective disorder linking lack of light to depression. So, seasonal affective disorder, which has a very nice acronym, SAD, seasonal affective disorder, links lack of light to feelings of depression. I don't have that. I don't really mind a dark place or a day with very little sunlight. I suppose I am. That's my childhood where I liked the character Kilvish, so I don't mind darkness, and it was so it's okay. There is light here from 9 a.m. till about 4 p.m. Little a few minutes here and there, 10 minutes here and there, but that's how the sun is in December in Northern Ireland from 9 to 4. It's doing a good job, 9 to 4 job. So that's the sun's hours in Northern Ireland in December. I did find out from Sylvia that it may snow here, which is quite exciting. I've never seen the snow, but she said that the excitement would last for not more than an hour. The first time you see it, you'll feel excited. It'll be a good day for you, but it will soon turn into a bad day because you will not like it. You will not like the snow. But then I do want to experience a day where it snows, but let's see. So when I go out for a walk, there are these. The roads are very clean. There is no litter at all on the footpath. Absolutely no litter. There are. I think I saw one can of Coke, a punctured can of Coke, like a squeezed can um, of Coke lying on the footpath. One can in 3 days. I've been here since 18th. Today is 21st. So 18th, 19th, 20, 21st. Today I've not gone out, but in 3 days I saw one can on the footpath. So Rajnath ji is asking, सब ठीक है? So सब कुछ सही चल रहा है? रास्ते में गड्ढे नहीं हैं यहाँ। अ, गाड़ी में बैठने का मौका मिला एक बार, तो गड्ढे तो है नहीं। स्पीड ब्रेकर है एक दो, बट लोग हॉर्न नहीं बजाते यहाँ पे। गाड़ी में हॉर्न है लेकिन बजाते कोई नहीं। तो ये बहुत ही नया एक्सपीरियंस है, नया अनुभव है। हॉर्न बजता ही नहीं। और कोई आदमी जब रास्ता क्रॉस करता है तो गाड़ियाँ रुक जाती हैं। पहले क्रॉस कर लीजिए फिर चलाएंगे। सो अभी तक ठीक है, काम शुरू नहीं हुआ। काम शुरू होगा 5 जनवरी को। तब तक कुछ फॉर्मेलिटीज़ है, पेपर वर्क, कागज़ चेक करेंगे, हेल्थ चेकअप होगा। 22 तारीख को 3-4 काम है, फिर देखते हैं। बाकी सब ठीक है। और आप कैसे हैं राजनाथ जी? आई थिंक आप भी कोई तकलीफ होगा तो बताइएगा। सो बस यही है। खाना पीना भी ठीक है यहाँ पे। अम, तो कोई तकलीफ नहीं हो रहा है अभी तक। नो इश्यूज सो फार। अपार्ट फ्रॉम माई बैड हिंदी, आई थिंक एवरीथिंग एल्स इज इन ऑर्डर। नहाने का, खाने का, पीने का इंतज़ाम सब ठीक है। एवरीथिंग इज फाइन so far. 24th, 10 a.m. I'll vacate this place. At 10 a.m. I'll move to Redgate. I'll carry all the luggage with me. I've got into the habit of carrying my luggage with me now. I did not like the idea of carrying a lot of luggage, but still there are 2 heavy bags which I have to lug around. But yeah, that's fine. One has to do that when making such big moves from one continent to another. So I hope all the questions have been answered. Just check the live chat once more. Um, rented house there, yeah. Okay, so rented house. I went to the rented house on 19th. Sylvia took me there. ठीक से रहने की पूरी कोशिश जारी रहेगी राजनाथ जी। ऑब्वियसली आदत छूट गई, बट फिर आदत डाल देंगे, क्या है। So rented house, yes. My father asked me about the rented house. Rented house is in Redgate, which is much closer to the hospital. It's on the water side. So I'm on city side. I have to cross the bridge, any bridge. I'm crossing the Peace Bridge because that's the one closest to the hotel. But I would have to cross the river Foyle to reach the hospital side, which is the water side. I'm on the city side now in the city hotel. The rented place, which is called Red Gate, Lal Gate, and it literally has a gate which is red in color. Red Gate is on the water side. It is 20 minutes beyond the hospital. So if I have to walk from a city hotel to the hospital, it takes me 40 minutes. If I walk for 20 more minutes in beyond the hospital, I would reach Redgate. So when I will be in Redgate, it will be a 20-minute walk to the hospital, maybe 30 minutes, depending on the speed at which I walk. Obviously, I don't walk as quickly as I used to earlier. And so that's it. I've been to the place. I met Brian, who is the owner of the place. He is a very gentle person. He showed me all the different rooms, the different living rooms, the washing room, the dishwasher. I will have allocation to space in the refrigerator. There are many refrigerators. It's a huge house with lots of amenities, and I would have access to the refrigerator. I would have access to washing machine. I would have access to places to television to watch television if I want um, to the living room, to the dining room. I will have access to all those places, and he seemed like a person who's going to help me out a lot. And obviously, I will have a room to myself on the first floor, and I think they value privacy a lot because they did not take us. They did take us to the first floor, but he did not want us to be talking. He didn't even show us the room because somebody else was occupying it, which is, I believe, excellent etiquette on the part of the host. In India, I suppose some people would not pay too much attention to it. They would just knock on the door and say, if you could just let this person have a look, he'll be occupying this place once you vacate it. So that didn't happen, but I'm quite happy with the Red Gate place. It's not very far from the hospital. As I said, it's a 20-minute walk or a 30-minute walk, which is a shorter walk than my current walk from City Hotel to Delhi. So the rented place is quite good. I have no complaints about that at all. In fact, I think it's probably better than this hotel. So obviously, I'll talk more about it once I'm staying there. I'll be staying there for 4 weeks. In terms of other rental places, I have not really been looking. um, I hope Sylvia will find. She gave some suggestions which were quite exciting. Two-bedroom places quite close to the hospital. So she said that during the Christmas period, you will not really find any um, progress. You can keep looking, but progress is not going to happen during Christmas because things are completely shut during Christmas. From 24th December to 1st January, nothing is really open, including apartment viewings. So, and estate agencies, renting agencies, all those agencies are also closed between 24th December and 1st January. Um, so within 21st January, I do hope I will find a place. I did speak to Brian about this also, that I'm looking for a place to stay in, and if possible, do give me your advice because you live here, and your opinion certainly does matter. He graciously pointed out that I can stay with him till August, and that is definitely a thing I will think about when the time comes because that is also not a very bad option. But given a choice, I would want a place where I am the only one living, and it should at least be of. It should at least have two bedrooms, and it should be 10-minute, maybe 15-minute walking distance from the hospital. That would be ideal. And of course, the rent should be affordable. It should not be sky high. So yeah, once there are any further developments on the rental front, I will let you know. I have a UK SIM now. I think I showed it to you. UK SIM. Um, have also applied for a bank account. I've got the registration form for a GP here, Riverfront. And on Monday, I have three important work engagements. I don't have any engagements today on Sunday. Monday, that is tomorrow, I have three engagements. In the morning, I have an occupational health appointment at the hospital in Harvey Halls. A taxi will be waiting for me at 9:20 a.m. outside the hotel. So I'll be taken to the hospital in a taxi. These taxi rides are completely paid for by the hospital, which is awesome. And once I'm in the hospital, the occupational health checkup will happen. I don't know what that involves. It might involve detailed evaluation, it might involve investigations, blood tests, I don't know. But we will go through it. And once the results are clean and I'm approved to practice, we can start working because everything else is done. The documents have been verified. Now my physical health needs to be verified, whether I'm fit enough physically to be working as a doctor with this organization. Okay, so the new SIM is not a data SIM, it is a proper SIM. Um, I still have to understand how to use it properly because I will do a little bit of research on this. I obviously don't want to share the number here because then everybody who watches this video will be able to know the number. But I have a number now, and the number is with me. I will send it to you. of course. And the thing about Galaxy S24 is that I think it allows a physical nano SIM and an eSIM. I was about to say e-visa, no, eSIM, electronic SIM and a physical SIM. So I have the Geo physical SIM and the O2 physical SIM cards inside the phone. I think both of them can be used simultaneously, but I just need to do a little bit more research on that. In any case, the eSIM that I have been using, the data SIM, that is only valid for 10 days. I activated it on 18th, so that would last till about 28th, I think. And beyond 28th December, I will not be using the data SIM. I'll only be using the Geo SIM, which will remain active for the foreseeable future because I have converted it to postpaid. So my Indian number will be active, and the UK SIM also it is active now. I have not used it to make any calls, but I will try to do that once this live stream is over, perhaps, and see if it is working. I don't know if now that I think about it, I don't know if I bought the plan which has international minutes. I probably did not buy the international minute plan, so maybe I'll not be able to use the UK SIM to call home, but I have the Indian SIM for that. So, and of course, Wi-Fi calling, data calling, all those options are still available. So we can talk on WhatsApp or using Wi-Fi. So those options are there. I have a UK number, which is important because in various forms I need to fill in a number, and I wanted a UK number with a +44 extension, and I have that now, so that will probably help because starting from the bank account application to various other applications, I had to fill in the even the details of the the details of the hotel which I was filling in while checking in. I had to enter a phone number. So going forwards, I probably will fill in the UK number in UK. So, and it is a good plan. Every I think 20th of every month I have to recharge. So I'll do that, and I think I'll learn more about the UK SIM as time progresses, and I think I'll not have any difficulty. I didn't have any difficulty getting the SIM. I don't think I'll have any difficulty using it. And I got it from a physical store, so I can always go there and ask them for help. And they are generally very helpful people. So this is the SIM, O2, 8 gigabytes. And let's see if I missed any questions. Okay, I think all questions have run out. I hope everything is okay at home. If there are any issues, then do let me know. Yeah. So breakfast on Sunday and Saturday starts at 7:30. On the weekday it starts at 7. I usually have generous breakfast so that I don't feel hungry throughout the rest of the day. Breakfast, as I said, is included in the package I've already paid for. Okay, so you want me to give you a tour of the city. Okay, so I have these contraptions. This is a gimbal. This is a gimbal. What this does is I can attach my phone on it like this. I'll just show you. Yes. So say I've attached my phone like this. So now if I move around, you can see what I am seeing. You can basically get a very stable picture. If I just carry the phone in my hand and move around, it's a little shaky. Despite the excellent software stabilization that Samsung Galaxy S24 provides, it's still a little shaky. But if I use the gimbal to shoot the video, it's a very stable stable system. I don't particularly like shooting a video while walking because this still is an unfamiliar place. Oh, I accidentally turned it on. I'll just switch it off. Okay, yeah, I switched it off. So I still don't like shooting a video while walking because it still is an unfamiliar place, and most of my attention is on getting to the right place and not bumping into anyone or not getting run over by a car. So a live walking vlog will happen. It will happen quite soon, but I'm just still getting familiar with the place. I think there is a request to. Oh, and also I did think about shooting a video of the breakfast place, but again that also felt a little like I don't know if it's not wrong. I'm sure people do it. I'm sure people in the hotel will not object to it. It's publicity for them, but I don't feel I feel a little squeamish shooting video of food. It's just a mental block I have. I don't like shooting videos of food. I like clicking pictures of food, but that's fine. But shooting a video of food is really, I don't know. It's just that doesn't agree with me. Um, so the question is about food court restaurant hopefully open from 25th December to 1st January. No, nothing is open, and not from 25th December, 24th December. From 24th December to 1st January, practically everything is closed. Even buses are closed from 24th December to 1st January. So it's just celebration. Think of it as Durga Puja, except you don't have any eating places open. So you have to then, what do you do then? That's a very fair question. A very simple answer is that you have adequate food at home. You stock up with food, and but I have a solution. I have a very simple solution. One place that remains open throughout the festive days is the hospital. So I'll go to the hospital, and my issues will be solved. Even McDonald's is closed. Yes, you can. It's not fasting for the people here. They have something known as a kitchen, and they have adequate groceries stocked up for Christmas. So they cook, and they do not have to fast. I will have access to kitchen 24th onwards. I will have access uh, to cooking equipment, and if I do grocery shopping, then I can cook also. So I'll not have to fast, even if I don't go to the hospital. So I don't think I know this is an understandable concern, but and this was pointed out to me by Sylvia also that I'll be vacating the hotel on 24th, and restaurants and other hotels may not really be open. I'll be staying in Redgate, and I think the grocery stores might be open, supermarkets. I'm not sure. Maybe the supermarkets will also be closed. Who knows? But today is 21st, so maybe 23rd I'll do all the shopping, and I'll carry the necessary stuff to Redgate so that I'm all stocked up for that week. The thing about stocking it up is that I have to carry it also. So that is not very ideal because I'll be carrying two big bags, and to add a lot of grocery to it just makes it slightly tricky. But I think there will be solutions. So I don't think it will be a major issue. I think it's a very small thing to find stuff to eat, and I'll be able to find stuff to eat. I'll do a bit more research, and definitely one or two places would be open. If not on Christmas or before Christmas, then definitely after Christmas, and I'll get by. So I don't want to scare you, but yeah, the reality is that everything is closed for that week from 24th December till 1st January. That is how it is. The hospital isn't closed, so there will be people working in the hospital, and they'll also have food in the hospital. So if nothing else is open, I'll go to the hospital for to look for food and also work. I can give some voluntary time there if they. I'll figure all this out. 22nd is when I meet people in the hospital. I'll definitely ask them about how people survive during this week when everything is closed, and I'll have a better idea then. So nothing to worry about at all. Any other questions? So Buroma had asked me about fasting celebration. Um, no, I don't think it will be a fasting celebration. If I don't gain anything from these, whatever the length of my stay here, even if I don't gain anything, I definitely want to lose something, and that is weight. So at least that is something I want to achieve. There are so many things that are on my agenda, but really at the top of the agenda, very close to the top, not at the very top, but very close to the top is to get in better physical shape. And steps are being taken, literal steps are being taken to move in that direction. Um, so I have to figure out a lot of things like public transport. In case of any emergency, will you get any transport? Well, ambulance is always available. Ambulance is an emergency transport. I think I'll get that if it's an emergency. But I don't really need transport. I'm not traveling long distances. If um, if I'm physically incapacitated, it's a different matter. But otherwise, walking to the hospital is either a 40-minute walk or a 20-minute walk. So it's not a problem at all. So far, wherever I have gone, I've walked to those places. And today I want to go visit the walls of Delhi. So, because I'm just opposite the banks of the River Foyle, there is a very nice chart or a billboard which shows all the interesting tourist destinations which are quite nearby. And I intend to visit more of them, most of them today, because today is a Sunday. And I will walk to those places also. So even the tourist places, I will not take any transport to because walking is free. During Christmas, when everything is closed, buses will not be available. Trains also might not be available. Taxis, I'm not sure about. I'll have to do my research on that. Quite likely, the taxis will also not be available. So, transport may not be available during the Christmas period from 24th December to 1st January. So, how will I go about? I will not be traveling long distances. I'll only be traveling to the hospital and back if I have to travel. Um, I don't know. I will know more about it regarding my the things I have to do during that work 1 week at work on 22nd. So I still don't have a very clear idea of when I start working. And I have been told by the Human Resources Department that my start date, my official start date, will be 5th January 2026. That is the official information I have, but unofficially, I might be expected, as is quite understandable, to keep visiting the hospital and observe how things are going on. Just observe, do nothing else. But to do that, to observe, I have to go to the hospital. And as I said, going to the hospital either from my current location or from my future location in Redgate is quite easy because it's walking distance. And the roads are built in a manner that there is an adequate footpath. It's not like the walk from my home to your home in Burnpur. So there's adequate uh, adequate space for people to walk, even on big highways. There's adequate space next to it. So there are areas where you're not supposed to walk, and alternate routes are clearly planned with the with having made measures to allow people to walk to places. So walking ways are very well constructed, and because the only place I might have to go to is the hospital, and I can walk to the hospital from both my current location and my future location. I am not really worried about the transport facilities not being available, public transport facilities not being available in the Christmas period, in that week from 24th December to 1st January. It is not really a big concern for me because there are only two possibilities. Either I'll be expected to go to the hospital or I'll not be expected to go to the hospital. If I'm not expected to go to the hospital, I'll stay indoors. That's it. So then the need for transport does not arise. If I am expected to go to the hospital, I'll walk. I certainly won't be expected to go to a tourist place or to meet a friend. All those things definitely are not going to arise. So I don't think I'll have any difficulty. So I hope I've answered that question. Um, if there are any further questions, then during the yeah. So in yeah, that's it. And if it's a bigger emergency, then obviously ambulances will be available. Yeah. So food places, transport facilities, almost everything. You just I think everything is a very accurate word to describe the places that are closed in the Christmas week, 24th December to 1st January. Everything is closed. Everything. I think the only exception is the hospital. And on 22nd December, I'll meet with the people in the hospital. There'll be official induction, the occupational health appointment, the departmental tour. All three things will happen on 22nd, that is tomorrow. So all of these doubts I'll try to get cleared out, and I'll have a clear plan regarding how to negotiate this week where everything is closed. So I don't think it will be a problem. I really don't think so. And I'll be staying with the family. I'll be staying with Brian. So if things are really difficult, I'll ask him for help. He'll tell me what to do. So if there are no further questions, then I'll probably end the chat. I think there are still 5 people watching this. It's 5:48 here. It's I think 11:18 in India. So if there are no further questions, I am giving my MRCS exam. Okay. All the best to you. I don't know which part you're talking about. Are you talking about? Okay, so the ENT exam in February 2026. I think it's in Glasgow. If it's in Glasgow, then that's where I had appeared in my MRCS ENT in May 2023. So all the best to you. Um, if you have any questions regarding the exam, you can, yeah, ENT OSCE. Okay, I think it's the last ENT OSCE. Uh, Beyond February 2026, there will be no more ENT OSCEs. The exam is not very difficult, but it is very easy to, you know, slip up on the day of the exam. So I'll just give you a few pointers. Don't say okay when you're talking to the patients. Uh, okay is certainly not the kind of language that is expected from doctors. You can watch my Practice with Pushpen series where I've discussed various attributes. And if you have taken coaching, then you'll be fine. Do you have any questions for me regarding the MRCS ENT? So yes, see, I don't know. I don't know if you miss. There is no SI unit to measure how much a person misses another person. I can tell you that people express the missing in different ways. I try to believe that nothing much has changed. Yeah, non-man station. Okay, non-man station. Not. I just want to know. I just want to know. Uh, I just want to know if you. I want to know which. Have you completed post graduation in ENT? And I don't know how to address you, so I'm not able to address you properly. If you could tell me how to address you, I'll address you with that name. And just tell me how to whether you've completed post graduation in ENT or not. If you have completed post graduation in ENT, then there is no need to worry about the non-man station because the questions that are asked in the non-man station, Shravani, Shravani. I hope I'm pronouncing the name correctly. Shravani, or is it? Are you from Bengal? Okay, so if you have completed MSENT, then you don't need to worry about the knowledge aspect of non-man station, because the stuff you've read to pass MSc is adequate to answer the questions that will be asked in non-man DNT. So non-man DNT, the Telangana, okay, very nice, very nice. Shravani. So I hope you've completed MSc recently. If you have completed MSc recently, you will not have any trouble. I appeared in MRCS 4 years after completing MSc, so I had to brush up. If you have completed it recently, then you probably will still have all the knowledge that you needed to pass MSc, which is not easy to pass, obviously. It's not an easy exam. So MRCS non-manned exams are, the questions are much easier, but there are certain things which can trip you up even in the easy questions, because there are questions on drugs used in ENT in UK. Obviously we don't use those drugs in India because the brand names are there. So uh, you need to look at those questions carefully. So there are certain Medocell equivalents that are used in UK: rapid rhino, posterior rapid rhino, um, some gels for vestibulitis, and so those things, gels for otitis externa. All these things are quite unique for the UK, so those things you have to look at. You also have to look at HRCT temporal bone, contrast enhanced CT scan of neck, and CT scan of nose and paranasal sinuses. You just have contacted me. This is how you contact me. I'm available here. You can comment and ask me questions. So yeah, you just ask me. I am here to answer your queries. Ask me the queries now. I'll answer them. So for non-man station, apart from what you have studied for MSc I think there are certain areas which you should focus on a little bit more. Radiology, and more specifically X-ray of the neck, lateral view, CT scan of the temporal bone, HRCT, CT scan of the nose and paranasal sinuses, and CT scan of the neck. That's radiology. If you cover these four things, it should be enough for MRCS ENT non-man station in radiology. Then you have to read audiology very carefully. Pureton audiometry, tympanometry, various charts are given, various audiograms and tympanograms are given, and you have to diagnose what is the problem. And you might even be asked to describe the audiogram, the tympanogram. When you're asked to describe the audiogram and both ears are shown, do describe the normal ear also. Don't just say there is right-sided severe sensory neural hearing loss. You should also say left side has normal hearing. So that's audiology. Histology is asked, which is again something which I didn't study a lot during MSc. So histology in detail is asked, so you have to read it up. I had to read it up a lot before MRCS So histology questions, you have the ultra structure of the cochlea, and so those you have to identify different structures on the histology of the temporal bone. And as I said, some UK drugs are asked. So you might be shown different pictures of different drugs, and a clinical situation may be there, that in this clinical situation, which of these drugs do you need to use. And see, the non-man questions, they are on laptop, so you'll be at home when you're appearing in the exam. You should have a very quiet room, no other people in the room, no other reading material or electronic material apart from your laptop, and there should not be any noise outside the room also. When you're reading the questions, your lips should not be moving because you will be monitored through the webcam. And even if you are not speaking and you're just mouthing the question, they might think, the person who is observing you might think that you're asking someone for the answer, and maybe that person is not visible to them, but the fact that you're reading it suggests that you're reading it loudly. So don't move your lips while reading. That's very important. People have been barred from the exam because of these mistakes. um, and it's a 2.5 hour exam if I'm not wrong, so you will have space provided on next to the question on the laptop screen to type in the answer. So practice typing, and don't type too long answers. So if you have a question like I was talking about, a clinical scenario, say otitis externa, and 8 different UK drugs with A, B, C, D, E labeling mentioned, then the question might be, which of these drugs can be used for treatment of otitis externa. So you just write in the letters that are designating each drug. You don't have to write the name of the drug. So if A is for a neomycin cream, you just write A. Okay, I hope I've been able to explain that. And again, if you have any, also I have a query for you. Did you join any coaching for MRCS ENT? If you're still there, please answer the question. Shravani, if you have joined any coaching for MRCS ENT, do let me know. I had taken coaching. I had taken Dr. Osama Salim's coaching, and so he was very helpful. He basically, I relied completely on his yeah. So if you have joined coaching with Dr. Osama Salim, I don't know if you have joined him or somebody else. Um, then just follow the coaching manual, follow the advice that you are provided there. You don't need, if it's Dr. Osama Salim's coaching, yeah, so yeah, Osama sir's course, then you don't need to worry about anything. You don't have to contact me at all. Everything I studied was based on what Dr. Osama Salim asked us to study. I didn't study anything beyond that, and I didn't have any difficulty passing the exam. So if you are following the um, advice that Dr. Osama gives, then that should be adequate, more than adequate. And I hope you are also practicing the manned stations, because yes, I think 400 marks, or a big chunk, a big percentage, almost I think more than 70% of the marks are allocated to the non-manned stations, but the manned stations are the ones that really can trip people like us up, because in terms of knowledge uh, we know quite a bit, I suppose, if I can say so, about ourselves, but we know enough. What we don't know is how to communicate with patients in the UK. That is a skill that we have to learn, and that is a new thing for us. So I would urge you to practice with someone. I hope you are doing that. So if you are practicing with someone, the manned stations, and if you have, obviously you have taken Dr. Osama's course, then there is no reason to worry about it. It's going to be very easy for you. I know it will be nerve wracking. It's a big exam. You have to go to Glasgow for the exam, and but my suggestion would be, don't worry. Trust the coaching that Dr. Osama is providing. He knows what he's doing. I've benefited greatly from his coaching, and I'm in the UK in no small part due to the contribution that Osama made. And I'm very thankful to you. Through Now that you brought this topic up, I would like to take this opportunity to thank Dr. Osama. I would not be in the UK without him. So yeah, and if you still want to contact me, if you still think you need to ask me something, then you can always leave a comment on this channel. I always reply. I started this channel in January 2024, and till date there hasn't been a single comment that I have not replied to, and I reply in real time. I would reply to a comment on YouTube as quickly as I would reply to any other message on any other social media platform. So don't worry about not being able to contact me. You have found me here, and you can contact me in any way that you can contact me anytime on YouTube. As soon as I see the comment, I'll reply to it. So all the best once again for your MRCS ENT. I hope you pass. I passed with, I think, 409 out of 520. I hope you get more than that. Yeah. So okay, if there are no further questions, I will like to log out now, and so we can. Okay. So I was about to talk about this. So my father and I, we are thinking about the same thing. Live chat on a fixed time daily. Now, in order to do that, I need to know my daily schedule, which is still not very clear. So, what we can obviously do is we can do it at 4:30 UK time every day, 4:30 a.m. UK time every day. So it's 4:30 UK time every day. That's 10 a.m. India time. I don't know if that will suit you. So for the foreseeable future, let's target 4:30 a.m. as a live chat schedule. 4:30 a.m. for me, 10 a.m. for you. If that works out, let me know. I'm uh, see. Yeah, okay. So I think I will be available at 4:30 a.m. every day, regardless of my work commitments. But if it is different, then I will let you know. So pending uh, pending work commitments, I will try to be live at 4:30 a.m. UK time every day. That will be, I think, 10 a.m. IST. So yeah, let's try to do that. So try to be present on YouTube at 10 a.m. every day, and we can talk. Okay. So if there are no further comments, then I'll log out now. I'll end the live stream, and this has been an hour-long live stream, and I'll start with my morning activities. Okay. Okay. So see you tomorrow at 4:30 a.m. Bye bye. And as I've always said, don't forget to be awesome. Bye bye.